Hi, I'm Erin Bassett with Faber-Castell, and I'm here at Scrapbook.com, and I'm going to show you how to create this card. I actually first made it as an art journal page, and but then I decided to change it to a card. So to get started, we're going to take our watermelon gelatos, and I'm going to just lightly put it on, and this is smooth cardstock. Whatever texture you have on your cardstock, you're going to see. So this one's just a smooth one. And I'm gonna start off lightly spreading it everywhere, and then we'll blend it in to give us a good background. Okay, and when you smooth it, you can use either your finger to blend it, or you can use a dauber, or even paper towel, makeup sponge, lots of ways. So once we have our card all smoothed out, we're ready to move on to the next part. And we're gonna take that same watermelon gelatos and just cut it off a tiny bit. We don't need too much for this because it's a card, it's not very big. We'll just mash it down a little bit, and then we're gonna add some glaze to it. Okay, and you don't need that much glaze because we're just doing a card. Now if you're doing a whole set or a large art journaling page, you might wanna use more. Okay, so we got that mixed up, and now we're gonna put it on just the lower third of our card. And it's okay if you see your little marks on it, because we're gonna add even more marks using the texture cards. Okay, so once we have it on there, we're gonna grab our texture cards, and you can pick whatever texture you like, and we're just going to smooth it right across. I'm gonna use this one, number 4, because it has pretty close together teeth to it. And I'm just gonna scrape right across. Give it a little bit of dimension and extra look to it, extra texture. And then we'll dry that with our heat tool. Okay, it's almost dry, so we'll just work carefully around it. Next, we're gonna take our mango gelato and open it up. And I am going to be using a stencil from the 101 collection of stencils. And let's use the as bottom row where the larger circles than on the top. I'm just gonna gently place that over here. I want it just, I'm gonna line up the top of my stencil, that first row. Okay, and this is really just more of a place mark. We're going to go back later and put some whip spackle over it, but it's just really a placeholder so we know where we can put our writing and everything else. So I'm just gonna make little marks there just so I know where they are. Now I'm gonna take it and just outline the edge of my card and blend it together so that way the watermelon and the mango just blend together. And again, I'm gonna use my finger, but you can use whatever tool you'd like. Okay, so I'm gonna do my text next, and I'm gonna take a pencil and just start writing it out. Now, if you don't have fancy writing, you can always print out something and use a light box to trace it, or if you're proficient in hand lettering, you can have a crack at it. So you can just lightly, and you wanna use really light so that you don't have to erase. Okay, so then once I have that, I'm going to use one of my black Pitt pens. Let's see, let's use the medium. And I'll just start tracing over those pencil lines. And I'm gonna start off by just using a nice thin line, and then I can use my pen to thicken up the areas I want to. Okay, so I finished lettering it, and now I'm just gonna color in those darker areas. I want certain words to pop out. So I'm, again, using the medium, but they come in a variety of them. There's the bold, which has a brush tip to it, and then small, extra small, and so forth. So whichever one is most comfortable for you, just outline those to make it a little bit bolder. Okay, so now that we have that done, we're ready for the next step. And for this, I took my washi tape and I'm cutting them off so they're really only half circles. So I'm just gonna put my washi tape blocking off half of it. Okay, we got that on nice and secure. And now we're gonna mix together some whipped spackle and the mango. Let's see, let me put some of this out first. And some mango gelato. And just smash the gelatos down onto your mat. Sometimes they like to pop away. Let's work that right in. Okay, that looks smoothed out. So let's put it on our card. So again, I'm gonna line it up about the same place that I had it originally, where our little placeholders are. And I'm just gonna put the whipped spackle right over it. And you want it to be pretty thick. It doesn't have to be too thick, but you want to definitely be able to see it and feel it. And I'm covering those holes completely except for where my lettering is peeking through. There we go. Okay, we're gonna put that aside to dry and then we're gonna work on our butterflies. So for that, you just need some book paper. We're gonna use our red cherry gelatos. Just take off a little bit for that. And we're gonna mix it with our glaze. So that way we'll be able to see the book text underneath. So we're just gonna mash those two together. And I'm not making very big butterflies, so I don't really have to use a lot. And now we can just spread it onto our book paper. So you'll still be able to see right through it, but it gives it a great red. I'm gonna cover my whole paper, or at least use up as much of the product as I put out, because you never know, later I might need to cut a red heart out of this or something else. Okay, so let's use our heat gun on that. Okay, so now our paper is dry, we're ready to cut them out. And these butterflies, I make just the same way, well, similar way to how you make those hearts that you made in kindergarten. You're just gonna fold your paper in half and kind of make a heart. Gonna do one little wing and then the next. And there we have our cute little butterfly. So just keep cutting out those so that you're ready to put it on your card. Okay, so I'm just gonna use some gel medium to adhere these to my card. And you just need just a touch on the back of them. And you just need a little bit to it. You don't need to overwhelm it. Okay, while those are drying, we can grab one of our pens. And we're going to use the small Pit Artist pen on this to draw in those little antennas. I always like the little ball at the end of their antennas. And there we go. We're finished with our card front. Now we can just adhere it to the base of our card. So let's put adhesive on the back. Now we'll just place it on the front of our card. Great, and so now we have some cute little cards that we can pass on to friends. Thanks for joining us. I had fun creating this.